I guess I'll just come off the beach from staring at the walls.
Yeah, I don't know if he left you there, but he didn't really say anything about your character though.
Yeah, I didn't really. It wouldn't be no big deal though.
Yeah, he'll just
I'll just be
introduce you
like
whenever back.
whatever levels behind y'all that y'all are is the
Yeah.
only big deal. But my character's pretty OP though. It wouldn't matter.
Well, his character, Ortouch's character, Ortouch's character, bro, is a monk. Holy shit, his combat damage was crazy. He's only like the same level as us. It's just crazy, like. Yeah, I don't know.
See, I'm a monk too, but he must have went towards more like combat. I'm more support.
Yeah. He went towards combat. It was like.
Yeah, see, I got like healing and like buffs and debuffs that happen when just for me being in the room. So my damage isn't crazy, only because I'm supposed to like help other people's damage be crazy.
Yeah, well, Fake Name was the one that got fucked up in the story more so than anyone, and he's had. Yeah, to give you a rehash. We ended up like getting attacked by this goblin right at the start, and then when we went to the village, I ended up convincing them to give us vials of this flower, like extract that stops the rage. That is the head of the goblin area keeps to himself, like hush hush. Like none of the other goblins are aware that he's got a cure towards the rage, because he utilizes the rage to try and keep his goblins alive, essentially.
Yeah.
No, it was kind of cool. I sort of like the arc of where this story's going. Not sort of. I do. I had a lot of fun.
What levels did y'all reach?
Just level 3, I think.
Level what?
Level 3.
Okay. So that's the only level I need to get to, and I get my like big abilities.
He may just reintroduce you at level 3 or some shit. I don't even know.
Yeah, once I'm level 3, if any enemy's like so many feet away from me, they immediately start getting fear. And when they've got fear, I do extra damage. All my minions do extra damage. Enemies take more damage from other allies, things like that. Have more chances of missing us. Like that's when I actually get good.
True.
I can endow my weapon with an ability that does like a rot. Yeah, that's when I actually start getting some effects. Anything before that, all I got's the minions. That's all I got. It's going for me. And anytime I go to bed, they die.
That's true.
So I mean, realistically, even when I come back, unless y'all have something dead standing right next to y'all when I come back, I'm really not going to be too much help until I get my first minion.
Fine. We'll have an extra person this time at least. So, an extra person in the story.
5, 6 of us.
5 of us, yeah. And that's
5
just
of us.
And that's just the case if there might be more. No, might want to join this week.
I mean, even still though, you gotta remember, I get 2 minions too, and whatever armor they have, abilities they have, and weapons they have, I have access to. So even if there's only 5 of us, then you gotta count. There's like 7 of us.
Yeah. I was gonna say because I feel like I'd love to see like Zoe have a character. I know that it's normally a conflicting time for Zoe, but yeah. I feel like Zoe would have a cool character. Hey, brother. What's going on, brother?
It's my trademark
If you want to
entry.
use the breeze line, please take the lift. If you're
So
in the
laggy at this
resistance,
spot. Holy
it's
crap.
green.
Why are you so laggy?
You need to give me permissions to pin stuff.
I've already made you a managing moderator. I don't know what else I could give you.
Oh, it doesn't allow me to pin. Maybe
Yeah.
that's like something. Something we need a higher level or something like that. Because I was gonna pin that comment to reminding people to hit like as they come in.
Oh my gosh. What is going on with my game? It's never this laggy. I may have to restart the game, we'll see.
I can do it in my other buddies stream stuff, but I don't know if if the fact that like because he's got like a lot of members and stuff. I don't know if it's that like a permission that he got from having all those members.
I can have a look for you after. Just let me. What am I looking for here? Settings. What is going on? Let's go high. I make that over. Dude.
Alright, COD is officially done for the night.
Holy damn, what is going on? It's never this bad.
I haven't played that game in a minute.
You should.
I did for a little while. My boss got me into it for a little bit, and then I don't know. I got like almost to beating it, and hadn't touched it since.
My 3080 is not liking. Wow. Okay, so ultra performance is not the way to go. We go balance, maybe.
You gonna
I'm gonna restart
stream
the
your game?
Pardon? Yeah, I am streaming.
You gonna stream your game so we can watch?
Yeah, I am. Oh,
Where?
I'm on YouTube. Right now.
Oh, okay.
Right now. Except I'm gonna just relaunch it, the game. Because it's not liking it for some weird reason. Just hide the display, please. Oh, it's weird. Thank you. Load, you bastard. Maybe I need to update my graphics card, chat. That might be another thing. I haven't done that in a hot minute. I have not done that in a hot minute. Yeah, I hard out played this game chaos for like probably for like 2-3 months, and then I just got real. I was in a top guild at the time, and then I know they went hardcore PvP, and because I was explaining this to Zoe yesterday, but because Australia's government doesn't allow Korean-based games to have Aussie servers. Because they don't want to be spied on. Is there reasoning? The lag, because I'm playing on Japanese server because it's the closest. The lag and the ability to be competitive at that level, I just got real sick and tired of it. So I stopped playing, but Back. Did you finish the story of this game, Chaos?
I came close to it, and then I was like, yeah, I've had enough of it.
I was gonna say they just expanded it recently.
Oh, Liberty.
Yeah. Okay, that restarting the game seemed to fix the lag issue. Okay, cool. That's good. You can hop in Discord if you want, Queen.
Yeah, I just want to
You just have to make sure it doesn't feed back though.
I'm doing cleaning for a bit, then I'll be on.
Okay. Queen is like higher level in this game than I am. Now what am I gonna do today? Let's check the auction house, see if any of my stuff's sold. Hee.
The real champion enters.
Queen, she's bro. My level is 3,700, but Queen's is like 4,300. She'd smack me in a fight. Even though she should, because I'm a tank. But, yes. Huh? Yes.
What weapons are you running?
I'm running sword and greatsword. But they have a spear now, just so you know.
I did
Huh?
shield sword and one.
No, I'm just talking to Chaos, who also plays this, or did play it. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, but he won't be able to play with us because he'll be playing on US servers.
Yeah, I did shield sword and one.
Build and wand. Oh, you are like a meta abuser. Well, you are. The meta was like the wand was so crazy on a tank because you could like heal and debuff yourself. It's crazy.
Yeah, paladin setup.
It's so cringe. I hated it.
I'm sure they've
Nah, it's still
fixed that by now.
No, I think
Is
actually, I think if you go greatsword and I think spear is even stronger these days. The spear is broken, dude. The spear does so much damage, and they've all got tier 2 level equipment now. So, like, even all the like boss equipment I'm running now that I got from all the level 1 dungeons is not even like the best that you can get now. You can get better.
Because it was great sword, shield sword was for your damage. That was for the damage build. I went with the stay alive build. Like the build I had just stayed alive no matter what.
Well, since you would have been playing last, right? This would have just been the map here. If you're looking at the stream, so you would have just had this part of the map. But now there's all this part of the map. Which I still got some waypoints to unlock. But I'm going to show you this one, dude. The scaling of what they've done here is sick. Look how huge these buildings are. Check this out.
There was a reason I quit. I don't remember what it was, and I'm sure if I got back on it, it would instantly pop in my head.
Check this out. Lag. I've had to turn player count all the way down because they've merged all the OCE servers into one. So there's so many people on this server now. And because of the new location. Oh, look at this dude. It's huge. And you can take
That's
this.
what she said.
Wow. Damn. The brain's always on the fucking what she said. You know what? I've had enough of what that's what she said. What about that's what he said, dude? Come on.
So, I mean, you can do that. No one will love you less.
Must get contracts in. Woohoo! Dive bomb.
Nothing like a job well done.
I think it's just because it's such a time-consuming game.
Yeah, it gets competitive too. That was one of the other big things. I was having a chat with Zoe yesterday with I was having this conversation yesterday with Zoe and why I got sick of playing Destiny. Because it was just
I know that
it's
it's
just
the
the same
controls.
shit.
That's what got on my nerves.
Pardon?
Might have been.
It was the controls too, because I play on the PS5 and the controller is like highly
Ooh.
obnoxious.
Yeah, you can change that though. You can make it better. Like Queen,
I
who's
did.
like
I changed
heaps
it.
further ahead
It did
than
not
I
make
am.
better.
Queen, who's like heaps further in this than what I am, she just plays on my PS5.
Like I play Elden Ring. You got to literally hit every button to play Elden Ring. But like this on the remote here for this, you have to like hold down R1, do one specific spell, then let go of R1, you do different spells. And I don't think my mind works like that.
Well, you can, you know what you can do? You can also play console-only servers now. So you don't get matched with people who are on PC where all I do is click a button. Well, don't get me
Well, I
wrong,
mean,
my button
I
layout,
would-
look at this. I've got to use 1 through all the way to 0. And then I've got to use my equals. I could make it different, but I've gotten so used to it now I don't want to change it.
Have you heard of Guild Wars?
Yeah.
I used to play Guild Wars on PC. And when I say I used to play Guild Wars, I mean I used to play Guild Wars. We were number 2 guild. I owned a town. We did real well. We were doing real well in Guild Wars. But I played on PC, and that's how I had my stuff set up, was on the top buttons. It was so much easier to hit the spells, move, just, I don't know. This is a type of game, in my opinion, that just works better on computer.
I would
If you're
100% agree.
doing-
Plus, your graphics, like, I can play this at Ultra, like, when I'm not streaming. This game is very harsh on the graphics, like, when I am streaming.
Oh, I'm sure.
But you see how, like, when I'm attacking now, have this, like, blue splash, like, if I show you this. They've reworked the whole weapon mastery system, so check this out. So now when I attack, see how I do, like, a blue splash damage?
Yeah.
So that's all, like, you remember, like, weapon mastery and what it was like before? Like, where you'd select a certain tree and then it would, like, you would get certain, like, stat increases depending on what tree you would do. But that's now turned into this. And so now I get this, which is skillful evasion, and I get raw amplifier as well. So, like, yeah, I like I like the direction of where this game's going. But my only complaint, and it's not even their fault, is just my goddamn government doesn't want Korean devs having. They do
I
not
don't know.
want
I'm sure
Korean
I had
devs
quite
having-
a few complaints about it. I think that's one of like some of the reasons why I don't play it no more. I think I had quite a few complaints. I would have to get back on it, and then I'm sure they will all come back to me. But I'm positive I had
this
enough
cat-
complaints about it.
This cat does the shack wiggle, and when you help it.
I think another thing too was I just didn't know anyone else who played. I tried to get some of my friends into it, and nobody would get into it, and so I was always just soloing by myself.
Yeah, like, I mean, because Queen still plays it,
Yeah.
I play it now again, but I didn't, honestly, I did need that time away from it to actually enjoy it again.
So I think there was quite a few things about it I didn't care for. I think a lot of it too was I never could get no one to play with. And like Wife said here, I didn't want to join just any old guild. I wanted like people I knew.
We joined, yeah, like I said, at the time before they did the inter-server meshing, I mean, I was in the top 3 guild for the server, but most of those people have now quit playing the game. Yeah.
I tried to get into a top guild, and the 3 top guilds I tried to get into wanted actual cash. They wanted me to send them money to join their guild.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like you should do that.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, there's a list. I could literally make you a list of the reason why I don't play this game no more. Like that was what I wanted to join a top guild because I'm very competitive, And that's what I wanted to do. Is it's like if I'm gonna play this game, I want to be in the most competitive. I want to be around the most competitive people, and I want like to learn to be competitive in this game. So I hit up 3 different guilds that were like nearly maxed, doing real well, had a lot of points and stuff. And both of them messaged me back with, yeah, you pay me this much money on my cash out, and we will get you set up.
That would be a flat no for me.
Yeah, and you can look it up too. This game does have a lot of problems with people gatekeeping and stuff. And then they also will like lock people out of dungeons and stuff. They'll take their whole guild, go into a dungeon, and make sure no one else can get into that dungeon.
I know. I've been
like
our guild was
it's
fighting.
coming back to me now. I got a list.
Yeah, the guild that we were like trying to contest, because they were the top Japanese guild, came from another server because they got ran out of that server because they were at the top of their server, and this was before they did the inter-server matching, right? And then, yeah, they basically just held all the world bosses hostage. But now, when you do the, oh my gosh, the desync is real. Now they've changed a lot of things now, so you can opt to do, like like the world bosses and stuff like that. You can opt for a peaceful version of that boss. So when you, I'll see if I can show you. I'll see if I can show you when a world boss comes up. There should be one within the next 40 minutes, I think. I'll have to have a look.
Yeah, you should get a tab on the top corner that's going to tell you. I can't see I see that you have stuff there, I just can't see what they are.
Yeah, let me find somewhere I'm not going to get a tag so I can just go into the menu. But now, so I'll show you when the world boss event comes up, and I'll show you how they've changed it. So you can still like do like a PvP based one, but they now have portals for only peace. So like, they've definitely heard what people have complained about, and they have improved it. Obviously, when it comes to like the obviously when it comes to the whatchamacallit, like the locking people out of dungeons, they can still kind of do that, but I mean, it only affects one dungeon if I'm not mistaken, which nowadays is irrelevant because that dungeon is only a tier 1 dungeon and not a tier 2 dungeon. So, it's yeah, I don't know. It's not as bad as it was.
I still have it. I just haven't been on in a while.
Sorry,
I might recheck it out, but
the next world boss event's in 3 hours, so I won't be able to show you.
That's a while.
Yeah, it's a little.
But
yeah, so essentially you can choose at the so you'll go to the area where the world boss, where you fight the world boss, and 5 minutes before, so the next world boss event is at 6 PM for me. 5 minutes before that, the portals spawn for which selection you want, so you can either do peace or you can do war. And if you just select the peace, then you just go into the peace one. And so it stops like the top guilds from, basically killing you.
Hoarding out balls.
Yeah, and hoarding out the world boss loot. Which is good. I mean, look.
Yeah,
it's
that was so obnoxious.
Yeah, well, they've changed it. So, like, obviously, if you're not going in with multiple like guilds that you're allied with. In fact, I don't even know if you can ally with guilds now. I think they removed that feature. I think guilds have to fight on their own these days, instead of like the top 3 just hoarding it all. But yeah, if you're gonna go into a non-peace, then yeah, I'm sure the top guilds would still probably kill you and make sure that you can't get it, but that's why you just select peace. Who cares? But I'm a tank, man. I don't do damage, and quite frankly, the boss drops go off the amount of damage or the contribution you give. It's I'm never going to be one that's going to get it because of the build I've got. Like, it's never going to be me that gets it. I think while I was in the guild and we would do the guild bosses, man, every week, I think out of like the multiple like weeks or months that I was in a guild, I only got one drop ever.
So I'm gonna have to dip out. I'm about to have tornado weather, so I need to dip out.
Oh jeez, you enough, dude. You're all in tornado, man. Stay
If the weather
safe.
holds up,
Hey?
I'll try to come back in, but I need to.
Yeah,
keep an eye on
no.
it right now.
No, take care of yourself for sure. Yeah, don't
Alright,
feel.
catch you later. Cool.
Catch her.
Have a good one.
We're gonna go all the way to Crimson Manor, which I haven't even been to yet, so it's gonna be fun.
I don't know. I got, like I said, if they fixed a lot of the stuff, I could try it again. But I had a lot of complaints about it. Like there was a lot of obnoxious stuff I kept running into.
Yeah, that's fair. Look, it's not a perfect game. I mean, the one thing that all Aussies whinge about is the desync and lag. You don't have these servers, so you've either got to run
I had
a
the
VPN,
one too.
and they even know it's not perfect, or you.
But
just
I
deal with
chumped.
it.
I chumped it up to me being a new player and not being a very high level, but like the one-hit kills sucks.
Oh yeah, I mean that can still happen to me, and look at how strong I am.
Yeah, I rationalized it with me being like new to the game and not very high level,
No,
but like it did.
that's not the
suck.
rationale. You know what the rationale is? There are people that have spent thousands of dollars on this game, and then there's people that play this like 16 hours out of their day. And you're never going to compete with
Yeah.
both if you're not doing one or the other. So,
Yeah, I know. I
like, I
looked at
just
the
don't-
research that told me that, but I was just trying to rationalize so I could keep playing it.
well, I've stopped playing. Like, I mean, I play this a little bit at the moment. I've played it a fair bit this weekend. But to be honest, like, I'm not in a guild. Like, I just hang out with Queen even though she's in a guild. But like, that was the guild that I was in, but it's pretty much dead now. But she's still like running it just to keep it there in case anyone ever wants to come back. But
I know. My boss showed it to me. He's like, you should check it out. We will play together, this and that.
yeah, do you
And
know?
by the time I got to, the level that he was, to where he was, he had done beat the game. And he's one of those people who, he'll beat the game, he'll go buy a new game. He'll buy everything, all the expansions, all the items, all the things for it. He will either beat that game, get halfway through that game, and he's then bought him a new game, and he's done halfway. It's over and over and over again. I financially can't afford to do that.
That's fair.
So like can't switch games.
Yeah,
like,
me
I wanna
neither.
give attention
Like,
to the game for a little while.
You've seen how I do Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, I'm like that when I'm in a game I enjoy. Like, I want to learn every aspect about it. I want to do everything there is to do in it. I can't, like, go through 50 different games. I like to do one game, hyper fixate on that one game for a few years, and then I move on.
To like 2 or 3 at a time. I don't want to be switching like every.
No, I need a few years in this game. I need at least a few years. I did like I was doing Elden Ring, man. I was a few years. I did every character there was. I played with every weapon there is.
That's fair. Have you ever tried Asmongold's build?
Yeah, it
Right,
looks
his
terrible.
build. Pardon?
Yeah, it looks terrible.
No, it doesn't. The jump
Yes,
attack?
It does.
Dude,
It freaking
it
does. You talking about that axe build, that jump axe build he's got?
yeah, except he fucking destroys people with it, dude. He destroys all the
Yeah,
bosses
it looks
with it. It's-
terrible.
I'm
I'll
lost as to
pass.
how I get to this waypoint. What do you mean? It's terrible. I'm not even someone who plays the game. Okay, so there's a road up there, but how do I get up there?
Like his 3 jump hits to kill one enemy to my one attack to kill an enemy. I'll stick with mine.
I think the main argument is that it's fun. Like his build's meant to be fun, and a lot of people get mad
well,
that it's so strong for what it is.
My build's meant to move on.
Oh, true. Well, maybe not everyone has that time or wants to put in that amount of effort the way that you can or did.
Like my wizard, I use what is that sword called? What is that sword called I use?
I wish that was on.
Oh, the death poker. The death poker. I do its Ash of War. It puts frost fire on the ground, which is a black and white flame, and then it like instantly kills anything that stands in it.
On the day of the mysterious incident,
I don't care
monsters that
who the
poured out
boss
of the
is.
crimson
I do
manor
3
infected the
buffs,
manor's
run in
inhabitants and
there,
animals nearby
hit them
alike,
with
turning
it,
them all
wipe
into
it on the
mutated
ground, and then
abominations.
walk away victorious.
Once a bustling village and bountiful ranch, the area is now reduced to desolate
Fight with
ruins.
you and me and Taylor,
Immorty
where
and
you
other
got,
monsters are on
like,
the loose,
shish
hunting for
kebab and
adventurers
some-
passing through.
Oh, that was when I was playing with those whips.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about my good wizard. The good build I
You
had.
weren't the wizard. You weren't magic wizard.
Yeah, it was like, it's a death wizard. It literally had like a bunch of like, I could summon a bunch of skeletons or skulls, and they'll fly at the enemy and they cause frost damage. And they'll just like, I can wave out 4 of them at the same time and pretty much insta kill.
My problem with looking at Souls games, being that I've never played it, is that I feel like I don't have the money to replace the amount of controllers I think I'm going to break playing.
Okay, so the funny thing about Souls games, it's only hard the first time. The games are only hard the first time you play through them. After that, they're like so much easier because you learn their movesets by the time you get through the second time. You have better weapons on the second time. You have better armors on the second time. You have
That
it's,
first time, bitch.
yeah, that first time's a bitch, but after the first time, it's a cakewalk. It gets a lot easier.
If you
Because
want
the
to
game
use
gets
this
increasingly
line,
harder,
please take the
doesn't it?
lift. If you're in the resistance, it's
Is that
free.
the point of it?
It does, but like the amount of knowledge and equipment you have the second time you play through just still keeps it easy. You don't find the curve of it being hard until like the 6th time playing through it. When you're on
That's
new
not
game,
true for everybody.
no, on new game 6, it really starts to get hard. By new game 6 and 7, because it don't go no higher than 7. Once you can new game 1,000 times, but the difficulty stays at new game 7. Once you're on 6 and 7, though, you're pretty much getting one shot, no matter who you're fighting. They're gonna one shot you.
I'm gonna
So
be
by the
honest.
time you beat, huh?
Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, by the time you beat the game 7 times, you're able to like know you know the bosses by now. Like you can literally flip and roll and twist and run, and you don't get hit anyway.
Right. I can't say I have the patience for that.
I mean, tell me you can fight a boss 7 times, and then by that time, by the 7th time fighting that boss, you don't know what's going on with that boss. Then something's wrong with you.
No, it's not that. I just don't have the patience to play a story through 7 times. I would never do that with any game. I'm gonna be real. This is not me.
The cool thing about it is you don't have to play with the same character 7 times.
Yeah, but I just flat out would not play any game, any story mode like that ever 7 times. I haven't played
see,
the
that's
GTA. I have
what
not
I'm
played the
talking about.
GTA story through 7 times. I just wouldn't do it.
That's
Like, I
that's
just-
the difference, man. I'll play that story 7 times. I'll use every weapon in the game. I'll use every character layout in the game. I will know where every hidden chest is, every hidden weapon, every loose wall.
Fair enough.
I'm the guy.
Hey, for
if
people
you
that want to
play
do
a
that,
game
that's
that
cool.
I
I
like,
just that is not me.
I say if you play a game that I like, I'm the guy you want to call when you want to start to play that game, because I'm going to be able to tell you how to do every aspect of that game.
Rolly AU says real. I'm lucky to finish storyline games once. Nah, I'll play a game through like maybe like 2 or 3 times, but then that's it. I ain't going back to it after that.
Crimson Manor Con. Wow,
That's
you
just
are
me.
Quite the professional. I'm sure I've
Lords
got
of
some
the Fallen's
contracts
what?
worth your time.
20 years old. Lords of the Fallen's 20 years old. I still play it.
What is that?
It's a Souls-like game. It's a really, really, really old Souls-like game that came out on PS4.
All set?
I'm doing well, Rolly. How you doing, bro? Yeah, true. I've never played Souls games. I think the only one, Elden Ring has intrigued me. I think if I were to play one right now, I'd probably try Black Myth Wukong.
Strange. I'm still not here.
Because that game looks fantastic. But again, I don't know if I have the patience or the want to play games that require you to have the patience of a fucking the Lord Jesus Christ himself, dude. Like I just don't know how you can play like Souls games, man. I feel like I get pissed off with online games. I don't know how to live with the Souls game.
Well, I mean, okay. So first of all, let me defend my games for a second. Elden Ring is probably the easiest one out of all of them. I want to go ahead and put that on the table. It is. It's the easiest one out of all of them. We'll go ahead and put that on the table.
Is it easier than Dark Souls?
Oh, it is so much easier than Dark Souls. So much easier. And this is another thing I wanna put on the table too. If you listen to like creators and people who make videos and stuff about it, they make the game harder than it needs to be. These people will they first of all they will refuse to use a summon. You can't use any summons. You have to use the weapons. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't do this. You can't do that. If you're not grinding and getting your ass beat 1,000 times, you're not having fun. You're not playing the game right. Well, it's wrong. The game gives you things that makes it easier. First of all, you can summon things to fight with you. It will take aggro off, it'll do poison damage, it will fight with you, making the game so much easier. You can summon a summon that is basically yourself, that has all the things you're equipped to you, all the weapons you're using, and it's better than you because it's got more health, it can't be poisoned. You can do this stuff, and they will, on the internet, they'll tell you not to do that.
Why?
You can do it though. You can summon players. You could literally pull me into your game and me and you both can go fight that boss. People on the internet will tell you not to do that because you're not playing the game properly. The game is easier than what everyone portrays it to be. They make it harder on themselves and then they complain that it's hard.
Why? Because they want to play it like Dark Souls or something like that.
Right. If you're not playing it this way, you're not playing properly.
Right.
Yeah, the game is not as bad as they claim it is on the internet. You could literally, like I said, if you had it on PlayStation, you could pull me into your game, and not only can I help you fight bosses, but I can literally just hand you levels.
True.
Yeah, I can max your level out.
Is it cross-platform?
There you go, your max level. Huh?
Is it cross-platform?
It is not. PC can play on with PC, Xbox can play with Xbox, and Sony can play with Sony.
What are you doing, Rolly? How have you been, bro? Rolly's a university friend of mine. He's also been in my Twitch a fair bit back in the day.
Doing, brother?
This is Chaos. He's like a new mod. New to you, obviously new to me, but
But no, if you're gonna start one, Black Myth Wukong or Elden Ring should be the ones you should start on. They're gonna be the easiest ones. And then when you get into the Dark Souls games and crap, yeah, that's gonna be, you're gonna pull your hair out.
yeah, see, that's where I don't feel like I would want to play a game that makes me that angry.
Yeah,
only playing
yeah.
enough
If you
games
play the
that
Dark
fucking-
Souls game, you will probably smash a couple of remotes and some keyboards. I'm sure.
Yeah. If I don't get RSI,
Elden Ring's a lot easier. Also, another difference between Elden Ring and Dark Souls is, okay, in Dark Souls, if you die, it starts you at the beginning, and you gotta run back to all those enemies and everything to get back to the boss towards
Yeah,
the
that's
path.
so.
Elden
That's,
Ring,
fuck that.
when you die in Elden Ring, they put you right outside the door of the boss you're fighting.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. I can't, bro. It feels like whoever made Dark Souls. Like, I'm glad there are people that want to do that to themselves, but that ain't it for me, bro. I feel like it's just not good for your health.
No,
It's
it's
like-
not. Because if you want to keep health potions in Dark Souls, you gotta run. You gotta run through every one of those bosses and get to the door, and they're gonna be throwing arrows, shooting things at you, throwing things at you, shooting fireballs at you, chasing you down, trying to hit you with a sword. You're gonna have to duck and dodge, and you gotta get all the way back to that boss door, which is gonna be forever and a day away. By the way, it's not gonna be nowhere near close to where you're at. Get to that door real quick, bust through the door, buff up real quick, and then fight that boss. Elden Ring puts you right at the door. I don't have any, there's never no enemies right there at the door either. So you're not only you're right there at the door, but you can like buff up, you can talk to your friends, you can get a strategy going.
Not too bad.
Elden Ring or Black Myth Rune Calls, those are the ones you want to start with if you want to start. Everything else is going to be like, you're going to smash something.
Have you played Black Myth Protocol?
I got a buddy who plays, and he said the only fight that's hard is the very first one, and you're supposed to lose that one. Like, there's just no way to win it.
Yeah, right. And how do you progress then? How does that work? Or is it part of the story that you're meant to lose?
Yeah, it's just a part of a story you're just absolutely meant to lose. There's just no way to win it.
I won't join VC because you'll hear you in the background. Fair enough, Green. I would close the door, but it's like 36 degrees at the moment. I do not want to get hot. Rolly was here. I don't know where he's gone. Yeah, I feel like games like that. I just feel like my mental would be not really like Dark Souls. I just like what?
Yeah, I played Dark Souls back when they came out, and they were fun at the time. But like, that's all we had to go with.
Yeah.
That's all we knew. Yeah, I played Elden Ring. I fell absolutely in love with Elden Ring. I think I've only played the Dark Souls titles once though. I played through them one time and never touched them again.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you
I
at
didn't-
all.
I never even played the third one because it only came out on PS5, and I got a PS5 recently within the past year or so.
Right.
But like, well, I played Elden Ring before I played that, so I mean, Elden Ring I'm already in love with, and it's an amazing game. I don't have to. It's not that crazy
If
hard,
you want to
so
use the breeze line, please take
I'm
the
not
lift.
slamming
If
things
you're in
against
the
the wall.
resistance, it's free.
Yeah, look,
I understand that response.
for some people, I'm glad that that's the type of games that I enjoy, but you cannot sell me on buying Dark Souls.
Yeah, Dark Souls sucks. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself.
Online games already make me mad enough. I do not need to put myself in that.
There's nothing like a job well done.
Pieces of metal.
Wow,
Use your
you look
contract
quite the
coins here.
professional. I'm sure I've got some contracts worth your time.
Oh yeah, that's not even talking about the invasions and shit that could happen.
Asians?
Oh yeah, players invading your world and trying to kill you.
What, in Dark Souls?
All set.
Yeah.
Best of luck.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, back then though, it's pretty like they were pretty broken, so people could come in like super OP and like one hit wipe your ass out and things like that. Elden Ring's not that bad. It's based off your weapon level. So if you're not like have very high weapon levels, then they have the same. When they come into your world, they have the same level of weapons you have. So you could be like level 250, but if you got a level 3 weapon, only level 3 weapon people can join you. And then their bodies scale down to you anyway. So if you're level 3 when they come in, even if they're level 200 and something, their health drops, their magicka drops, everything drops down to level 3.
True.
Yeah, they fixed all those issues that Dark Souls used to have.
You see, Queen is currently in the lobby with me. We're in the party now. You should watch the damage she does compared to me. Watch this. I'm just gonna auto attack. But she does damage, man.
She a bow? Use the
She's
bow?
bow and wand, I think. Bow and staff, actually. Right. Oh, and she
Yeah,
also
that's
has.
bad.
And she's also got. He also has a bow and spear right too.
The AoE and the spells, that was like one of the big damage things I was looking at before too when I was playing that game.
Yeah, that's why I still use an AoE for clearing. Like, Ice Tornado, that's why I use that.
Yeah, I looked at quite a few builds. I took some time before I even started playing the game. I looked at a bunch of crap online, looked at a bunch of good builds, stuff like that, before I settled on the one I went on.
I decided to go tank because all my IRL friends who were playing this game, they all wanted to go damage, and one of them wanted to go support. So I go, sweet, well we have the perfect number for doing dungeons, so I'll go tank them. Also, not gonna lie, playing tank on PC is probably by far the easiest role in terms of like position, because I'm meant to be, even when I was doing PvP, all I gotta do is engage and be up in the face, whereas like you gotta learn how to kite when you're playing someone that's ranged. Quite frankly, I like being at the front of the fight. It's fun.
Yeah, from my experience, the reason why I went with the build I went with is I don't like dying. And the build, that's like the only build I found online that was like, never die again.
I mean, dude, there's obviously certain support builds where it's really hard to kill them because they can just heal you and debuff all your bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, that's this build basically. But I don't do a lot of damage though. I don't do like significant amounts of damage, but I can stay alive.
Yeah, but it'd be valuable to a guild. Great sword and wand is big now? Really? Great sword. Not sword and wand. Great sword. Wand's getting a big buff. It always needed a buff in my opinion. Because wand on its own was pretty weak. Like you couldn't, even though it's got damage spells, like you couldn't use it really as a main hand weapon. I mean you could, but it wasn't as good. Because daggers used to be the most OP when it came to damage.
Gives tanks ability to constantly heal themselves and tank. I mean, they were pretty much doing that already.
Yeah.
That's like the whole build setup that I had running was healing myself and.
Well, that's why I run Da Vinci's Resolve. Because.
But it also healed allies too. Any allies that were like really close to me too, that were doing big damage and stuff, it would heal them as well.
Fine. GVG and PvP tanks would be a team of fine ones and one tank. True. That would be crazy.
Like I said, we still can't play with each other though, can we? You just said that they're not separate, they're separate servers.
Yeah, they're separate servers, man. So whatever server you picked, you're playing on.
Yeah, see, I still wouldn't have a friend to play with.
I mean, I could do a transfer, but then if I thought the ping was bad to Japan, it's going to be 100-fold worse if I were to join a US server. Pardon? You jumped onto ours? You could? Yeah, but again, why would you jump onto a Japan server? He's then gonna go from having not the lag to all the lag.
I say, for you people, I would have someone to play with.
True. I mean, you could, and then you're just gonna have to deal with bullshit desync like what you're watching right now, me trying to run over this spawn. The bullshit desync.
Oh, I mean, I was already dealing with that because my internet is just terrible. Yeah, right. That's fair. That's fair. That's probably true.
What'd you say?
She said it's not gonna be any better.
No, it'd be what?
Basically, it would just be worse because it would be that server doing it on top of our crappy internet doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then you're asking someone to pay for a VPN, babe. It's not worth it. Alright, Mark.
I'll mess around with it, and if I can get around to where if I can tolerate it or whatever, then like I'll look into all that.
Yeah.
I can see what they've changed too, because I did have like a lot of issues with it, and if they've changed a lot of that, I mean, I might like it more.
Yeah, well,
that was pretty obnoxious, being locked out of dungeons and crap, and then people asking for money to join guilds and.
Well, you don't have to join a guild at this point. They've actually made it so you don't need to be dependent on a guild at all now. If you just want to play strictly PvE, you can. The only downside is obviously nighttime still means it is comfort zone for dungeons, so when it's nighttime I don't go to dungeons. But because I have so many daily contracts to go do, which you will when you come back to the game, you'll have like 60 daily contracts to complete. Yeah, Queen says she doesn't even touch PvP now, and that's coming from the fact that we were in a top guild. Well, she's still in that guild, but yeah, no one in a top guild. So,
I mean, that's fair, because like I said, it was some pretty obnoxious stuff. I'm glad to hear that they fixed a lot of that stuff. I was hoping they would eventually. I just didn't know how long it would take. I don't think any game should be able to lock someone out of any kind of dungeon. Like, that should just never be a thing.
well, I mean, I get it in terms of the way it functions, kind of. I agree, but also disagree with you. Only for the fact that...
Scripting?
Yeah, that's also...
What does that mean?
Scripting.
I don't know what that means.
They're running like a script to... They're not even playing the game, right? But they'll have a script active on their PC. So they're like running around
like
and
botting.
attacking. Yeah, same thing.
I got you. It's just another term. I got you. Oh yeah.
Why is it locked out of dungeons? Because when they activate like when they can but I think the only dungeon they can lock you out of these days is Sanctum of Desire, isn't it? It's always going to be PvP when it's nighttime, so that will never change. It will always be PvP in a dungeon when it's nighttime, but yeah, I don't think that will change.
I didn't think I noticed any of the PvP botting, which I probably did and just didn't pay attention to it. But I did see farm botting. Like, I remember playing around in the world and watching, like, as soon as enemies spawned in, there'd be like 2 or 3 characters just immediately running and killing that enemy and then standing there, and then it would spawn in again and then do it. It was just too, like, a person's not doing that. And they would be there for hours. Like, I remember, like, AFK and watching, and then they'd, like, be there for, like, hours and hours doing that. I'm like, there's no way a person is doing that.
Wayne reports people when she sees people doing that.
Well, I didn't know how to report no one, but I remember I sit there for ever and a day. I went and made me food, used the bathroom, and just let my character sit there and just watch them. Farm botting is what she said it was. Yeah, that's basically what they were doing, was just farm botting that area. It was too uniform to be a person.
But there you go. They made it that if a world boss is at night, the portal is outside of the dungeon. That's true, they did do that. They did that when I was still playing. Like, hardcore playing.
What?
So now...
Like, I'll probably jump on tomorrow and mess around with it then.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's right. So okay, so the dungeon is still PvP, but if there's a world boss event and it's nighttime, then they stick the portals outside of the dungeon.
On the outside of it, so you don't have to go through?
Yeah, so you don't have to potentially run the risk of dying just to try and get to the portal if you can. Back in the day, before they introduced that, myself and the guild, we would go into the dungeon and, like, the top couple of us would, like, hide. It's a way to place down a portal, a transport portal for the rest of the guild. Like, that's it, a guild portal. So that we could get the guild in. But the top couple of people had to go and try and hide to make that happen. The shit that we had to do.
Yeah, because there'd be people loitering around there, taking people out before you could even get in there. That's the problem I kept having. There would just be people there just killing you off before you even got a chance to get in. I was like, hell, I can't even do a dungeon.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's still a thing if you try to go into the dungeon at night time by itself if it's not a one boss event. People will still just kill you on entry. But because nighttime only lasts like 15 minutes, I just don't go in. I just do everything else I can do, and then I go into the dungeons during the day. That's just what I do. That's how because going into a dungeon at night time only really works if you've got like a guild or you've got like a really strong squad with you. Which, you know, I have done, but then, you know, you then, like, when you'd come across a group of 6 and you were also a strong group of 6, like, you would just nod at each other and leave each other alone. But if we saw stragglers by themselves and stuff, yeah, we would. That's when we'd kill people.
Pick them off. Yeah, y'all would have killed me quick because I don't have a guild. I never joined a guild. I soloed. I was a solo runner. I know, right? I was a little solo runner. I don't know. In Guild Wars 1, man, I was in a huge guild. But in Guild Wars 2, when I went to Guild Wars 2, I solo run that whole game. I asked one person for help to do one mission. He got in there, and he immediately wanted me a part of his guild and an officer because he's like, how are you this level and this far in the game? And there's a term they didn't know. It's called pulling. Have you ever heard of pulling?
No.
Okay. So,
I've heard of like pulling my dick, but not in terms of game, no.
So, in Guild Wars 1, what we used to do when we're in high-level bosses and enemies were harder than what we could defeat as a team, what we would do is someone would either pull a staff out or a bow out, and you would shoot one enemy and lure that one enemy away from the group, and then everybody would kill the one enemy, and then you would do that until you clear that path, and then you would just keep moving like that.
Oh, you do that with, like, when you're in a guild in this game, when you do the guild bosses, with some of them, you would get your strongest tank, to basically just distract the boss while you all pile drive it. So
Yeah, that's pretty
we
much.
didn't call it that,
that's
but it's the
cool.
same thing.
That's what we would do.
Yeah.
But I was telling this dude, yeah, I just pulled because I would just have a bow, and I wouldn't even equip to be a bowsman. I just would have a bow, and I would just pull out the bow, shoot an enemy, have him come to me, and it would just be a one-on-one fight, and then I would move on to the next one. And it just blew his mind. I was like, yeah, we used to do it all the time in Guild Wars 1. Well, he never played Guild Wars 1. He went straight into Guild Wars 2.
Right. Makes sense. Yeah, we pull in this too. The open world dungeons, you pull a group of enemies. Yeah, well, I called it training. Like you get your tank to train all the like enemies in the dungeons here, and then everyone then
So basically, it's the same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
We just had a different title for it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, this dude didn't even know. He had no clue. Him and his party just bust in there, go right into the middle of it, and then hope they win. I was like, dude, man, no,
Yeah.
not how you play the game,
You have much to learn, Anakin.
right? Yeah, that's the only time though I ever even came close to. I considered doing it, but I never did. I ended up beating the entire game by myself. I soloed it, beat it, and then never played it again. Guild Wars 1 was so much more fun. Guild Wars 2 was very WoW-like.
Oh, true. I never played WoW. Never, ever played WoW.
I've seen the gameplay enough to know, but I never personally played. I've seen the gameplay enough to know that Guild Wars 2 became WoW-like.
Right.
But yeah, I used to, on the first one, man, I soloed the hardest dungeon in the game and could solo it by myself, and then had people pay me money to run them through it to the boss.
You're like, I'm the captain now.
Yeah, I missed that game. That was fun. I'd get gold and the rarest crafting materials in the game. Just literally go into a dungeon, wipe out every bit of the enemies, let people pick up the loot, and then just leave them at the boss. I'd be like, "There's the boss. Give me my stuff," and then I would log out and leave. And then I don't know if they would try to fight the boss or if they would leave. I don't know. Didn't care. I got my stuff.
I'm going to show you this. So now you put runes on your weapons. And then depending on the rune synergy that you choose, will give you the selected benefits. So I get a bonus 3 strength to my like actual stat bar with this. Same with my other sword. With this, it gives me max 400. It gives me 400 more health, damage reduction by 6. This gives me dexterity plus 2, max health 600, max health 400, bonus boss damage 9, max health 600, strength 2. And then not only that, you've also got these. You've got artifacts now, and if you get the set of artifacts to the bonuses, it gives you bonus like these bonuses here, like max health, defense, base damage, max health, and you get all these things if you get the set. And then you can get Luna and Solar Stones. And so with all those bonuses that I'm running with the runes and the artifacts now, I think my base level of health is like normally like 17,000, but I've currently got 22,000 because of it.
That stuff must be new because I don't remember. They didn't have
Yeah,
none of that.
that's
like,
all new to
last
me
time.
too. They didn't have it while I was still playing like every day. So
Yeah, they didn't have nothing like that stuff before.
that's how I'm this level. 3,738. I think Queen's like 4,300 something. So it's not bad. Like, they've made it now that pay to win has kind of gone out the window because you can get yourself to a spot where you can be at least competitively strong without having to spend a single cent. And all those things, I got all those runes and shit pretty much from just coming back. So when you come back, you'll probably get a bunch of shit too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I like free shit.
Ah. Alright. But
Yeah, that
like,
was one thing about the Guild Wars that I liked too much, man. They it wasn't pay to win at all. You could buy skins. I could buy like a skin, but it would do nothing for my character, but just make it look different.
Fair enough.
You weren't able to buy things to make your character better. And like, I guess this game will allow you to do that. You could buy skins too. I've seen that you could buy skins as well. I think I got this skin the last time I played it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've definitely got... There's so much more you can do.
Yeah.
Now.
Well, I
To
thought
get yourself
looking
to
good
being
would
really
keep
strong.
me interested in it.
No.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I look badass.
I can tell you why
I
that
gotta
doesn't
play it
work.
now.
Because I've spent at least probably like $3 grand of League of Legends. Don't judge me, chat. That was when I was hardcore playing when it was like probably 2-3 years old. And honestly, I still play it every now and again now, but I don't play League anymore. So that $3 grand could be in my pocket somewhere.
Yeah, no, I feel you, man. That's what I said. Like, I was thinking at the time, you know, if I looked badass, maybe
Yeah,
maybe I would like stay with it.
The only thing I don't like is that I can't use the guild shop even though I have guild coins because I was in a guild. But when you're not in a guild, you can't use the guild shop. But I have guild currency to spend, but I can't spend. Maybe I need
I
Queen
think
to
she
just add me back
corrected
to
you on her level.
Oh, 12,540. Okay, well we get it. You're so fucking high. Okay. Damn.
You will say it right.
For a contract tonight?
Yes, otherwise I'll get a spanking from her.
How are you able to carry
Go get the wooden
Oh
spoon,
no!
girl.
Don't spank me.
So take
Go get that wooden spoon. That is an impressive level.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are some guilds that try to recruit it. Are you still getting like people trying to recruit you, babe?
She's like every freaking day.
particularly high quality.
It literally does. I don't know if that's still been happening recently, but initially I think when the inter-server transfer happened, heaps of guilds have reached out to it to try and get it. You don't know how to? Don't worry about it. It's fun. Ooh. It's not bad. However, I feel like trait extraction stones are really helpful.
High quality. I would be envious of the fortunate soul that can take this home.
Oh, King's solo PKK or
At this point, I mean, I don't ever want to commit to a guild again because I just want to play it when I feel like playing it. You know what I mean?
without the PKK and
Not so much now with the merge. True. There's probably people that are like 5,000 plus now.
what's the max cap now?
I don't know.
It was like it was significantly lower when I was playing. Like
the cap was like
significantly.
3,000. That's what the cap was sort of back then. And then they started introducing all this 2-2 gear by the time I got to 3,000. That you could push 4,000. The crazy thing is I don't even have all my gear traded yet. I have like my swords, both my weapons are max traded. My helmet is, my gloves are. I have so much stuff I'm still yet to trade. Babe, did we want to do a dungeon? Okay. Damn. I think I have to be. Maybe I need to be invited, but
You can send a request. You can request an entry to it. I remember messing around with them. I never joined any of them because I had some missions that said I had to join some, and I was messing around and kind of looking into them for a minute. You can request though.
yeah. I have to believe that this guild used to be a 70-person guild that was like hardcore.
Is 70 still the cap for the guilds?
Yeah. I think it always will be.
We had 2,000 members in my guild ward guild, and then we were an alliance of 5,000. Like I said, we were doing real well in that game though.
Crazy to think that this is a top level guild, but literally only you and me on one. All the guilds are capped at 30, I think, level 30. Oh, I can go to the guild shop now. Although, being that the guild's not active means that we're not going to get any sort of guild coins anyway, because we're never going to complete shit.
It's a shame you.
Well, it not being active just means you can participate whenever you want to.
I have 8,000 guild coins, oh my gosh.
I mean, you couldn't be penalized for not participating if, like, no one's on
Yes,
anyway.
no one is, yeah.
I mean, that's the way you got to look at that. Right?
Suppose you can put it like that. What's a commander's seal
Even
do?
though I made the item
Does-
myself, I'm tempted to buy it.
Actually thought I would just come in. You know, maybe get my face painted. There's not page on it. I don't know how to feel about these butterflies, so I kind of want something that'll make it look hard. You know, maybe like a neck tat or something.
There she is, rubbing that level in your face again.
What about this little lobster claw on her like
Ah, true.
Even though I made the item myself.
Nah, I don't think you and I would be strong enough, bud. Without it. You'd probably need at least 10 people for some of the... Yeah, I'm actually going to come to the guild base. Where is it? Is it still in Vienta? Is the guild base still Vienta?
Can't you like warp to it through your interface?
I think it'd still be enter, yeah. Yeah, if I... There's no point though. Then I have to spend guild coins on something when I can just teleport and do like a 10-second run to get to the base. Hey, my buddy.
Oh, I didn't know it used coins to do the warp thing. Like I said, I never joined one, so I didn't. I just knew there was an ability to.
Want to see more wares? Guild supplies.
There are items available to help support
Oh,
your
you can't.
guild. If you're thinking of...
It's just for this stuff here. You need to stock up a little bit.
Yeah, but Dodge is out there somewhere, Duncan, and she's coming after you. I'll be fine. Full memory back next to you. Find out. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. This is not your fight.
Bye now.
I'm back in the guild. The guild that I left. You reckon we could do Morokai then? I don't think we could do... Maybe we could do Morokai. We could always give it a try.
How's it look? That's where, yeah.
And then that
Are
way...
they not level based?
Pardon?
Can you not like? Are they not level based? Is like not the lowest?
Yeah,
one,
it is level
the first
40,
one?
but I'm level 55. But we don't... The thing is, something that big we could potentially... I don't even know if we would even have, like... If it's enough for just us two, we could try. I mean, we could try, babe. We
If
probably
you start
couldn't...
dying a lot, just leave.
We probably couldn't do... Oh. Okay. Let's give it a try. Wait. Do we want to do a feast first? Hang on. I want to do a feast.
Oh, it's a family thing.
Yes, that's right. Stuff your faces in. Eat.
Zenta, let's try. We can find out.
Devour the cheeses.
We might be strong enough. I don't know though. You're just gonna have to prioritize your flash waves on me, hey? I'm actually gonna use. If I get low, I'm gonna activate my
What if I told you?
Let's try it. Let's go.
This is good prey. Children wait a moment.
Those little numbers.
We probably can get this done, actually.
The bar is kind of dropping fairly quick. Like I don't see like huge
Nah,
numbers
it's at
happening, but
91%
the
now.
bars-
We're gonna be here for a while. But I think we can do it. We
Like
can
I
probably
can't
do
see the
Morokai.
numbers and stuff. I can see that there is numbers, and I can see his bar. I can see like there's a tick out of his bar missing.
I'm barely taking any damage from him.
Tripping. Use the Master Ball.
This is gonna take us forever to kill this, but we'll get it done. It's no threat to us. It does no damage to me at all. Like, fuck all. I'm running out of mana, which is a problem though. We're gonna do it, Glenn. This is gonna take us 20 years. I'm just gonna have to do nothing but attack it for a bit because my mana is really low. Yeah, he's right. I only have 70% now. This is gonna take forever. We can do it. Nearly there.
I mean, you can one of y'all is critically hitting for like two point something damage.
That would be hard.
That's a pretty significant amount of damage. I had to like zoom in to see all that, by the way.
It is, but consider that we're not even halfway through his health bar yet.
And whatever attack you just did there is doing like 1250.
I only get it every so often though. Yeah, it's literally no threat to us. I don't take any damage from this guy. My problem is I'm having to spend my ability so much that I'm going through my mana bar so quickly.
Should be about 50% now, right? That's what it looks like from here.
Wow, we got the first boss interaction there. We're gonna get there though. Wonder how many mana vials I'm gonna have to go through in this one. Haha, Mordecai. Jesus, taking a while.
No, I think y'all are doing fairly well. It's just pretty far down with just 2 people.
Yeah, that's because
I still feel like that's bragging rights.
definitely not the fastest way. And then he
Looks about a quarter now.
yes.
You don't heal, right? There's like no heal. There's like no stage 2. Okay.
Nearly there. It's taken us 10 years with 1 damage dealer and 1 tank.
1 eternity later.
A few hours later. But yeah, he doesn't do any damage to me. It's funny when you get to this stage of the game and you used to think that bosses like at earlier levels were hard. Meanwhile now, it's just 2 people taking down one guild boss like. Oh, that killed me!
Jack, go look for Bodhi in the maze.
I spoke too soon. How did I die there? Is it because I didn't block his ability? What the fuck? Oh no. It's
Took
because
too
I...
long.
No, I just didn't block it.
Hurry.
And it insta-killed me. It was the one time I didn't block it and it killed me.
Apparently it killed you both.
Yeah, it did. Because after I died, she's not a tank. So... Wow, okay, maybe we can't beat it by ourselves then. I don't even know how I died. I'd have to watch that back. Maybe we need, like... If we had maybe 2 or 3 more people, we could do it. He's definitely, like... At our rank now, babe, we would only need, like, 2 or 3 more people to hop on. With how strong we are. That's such a shame.
I mean, y'all had him down to what, a quarter? To a little
No, we
less
had him
than
down to like 5% left.
Oh, okay. I mean, I couldn't see the numbers. I could just see a bar.
I don't know if we're going to be strong enough to do it. Babe, we maybe, but I don't do enough damage. I just don't. And I'm running almost all the damage abilities for this build. So... I think... We tried... I feel like I'd rather just go do regular dungeons instead. It's not gonna matter. It's not like this guild does any of these dungeons anyway. The guild's inactive. I thought maybe if I had a spear we could probably do it, but... I mean, yeah. Well, like, that's what I'm saying, we need at least... I reckon 2 more people, we get that done. No problem. 2 to 3 more people, easily done. We just need 1, like, proper healer. And then we need, like, maybe like a scorpion or someone with a spear. And then we're probably
She
good.
said she got a spear.
Yeah, no, but then, no. No, but, babe, you haven't got all your things... No, don't worry about it. You haven't got all your abilities done with it. Your bow would be stronger. Inherently. I reckon we just go do dungeons. Dimensional level 1s.
Oh, I'm gonna crash, brother.
Oh, that's fair.
You have a good night. I hope your dungeon goes well.
Yeah, no worries.
Bye-bye.
No worries, dude. I'll see you tomorrow. I reckon we go to Dimensional. We should just do Dimensional. I reckon we just go... We go to our Dimensional. We're gonna need, I think we're gonna need more people. Oh, really? Have you been doing them, have you? I have so many tokens. I have like 4,000, so I can go do a bunch. Honestly, I think if we had 2 more people, we could do that, and we wouldn't have to stress on doing it perfectly. Also, just don't want to have to blow all my resources just to try again. It is what it is. What's that? Because I must have gone through about 20 vials of mana. This is not worth it to me. Like, we'd be better off doing guild quests. But I'm happy to do this. Dimensional tier ones. Do a bunch of them. Do you drink milk? Ooh. I did not. No. But see, I didn't think I'd have to worry about it, because it never did, like, a threatening amount of damage to me until it just literally one-tapped my health bar. Which I was not expecting. Milk is good for mana. Oh, true. There's no one playing right now? Like, what the heck? The other night, we couldn't not get into a game straight away. Well. Yeah, I think, honestly, two to three more people. I think another tank just in case I die. Another tank slash one other damage dealer and one, like, proper support. We'd probably kill it. But yeah, I think one's at my health bar. Like, I just disappeared. And if you could have stayed alive long enough, I could have come back in and we could have probably done it, but yeah. I did not expect it, because it just did no damage to me the entire time. I didn't think that was going to happen, you know?
Look, what?
Yeah. Oh, you're probably right about that.
Bye.
That wasn't a mech kill. Yeah. I'm gonna say, his mech... Yeah, so... We definitely just need more people if that's the case then, right? As if there's no support online right now. Like, surely. I'm gonna get myself a drink. A drink. Yeah. Oh, I got one. I didn't realize you wanted two. Oh, sorry. I can go down the road and get another one for you. I'm probably going to call it there for the day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, take care now. Bye bye then.